Moving on now, amid the diplomatic standoff that we saw between India and Maldives, the president of Maldives, President Muizzu, has now come out and without naming India, made some whale jibes. Remember, this comes at a time when he's just returned from his official state visit to China. President Muizzu going on to say that in the previous governments, you can get up from one seat and sit in another with the permission of certain people, but that is not going to happen anymore.
We may be small, but that doesn't give you the license to bully us. Warabbuda shukriya.
Siddhant, my colleague, joining us, getting us more details. Siddhant, he hasn't named India, but when he goes on to say that nobody has the right to bully us, who is he exactly referring to? This comes at a time when we've seen the standoff between India and Maldives. So many would suggest that perhaps he was hinting at India.
Well, absolutely. He was talking about India. In fact, his troll army, the Maldivian troll army, and in fact, many of them are the sitting ministers and the former ministers, are perhaps looking at that one statement made by Muizzu against India. In fact, not just the soundbite that we have played for our viewers. Other than this, he has made multiple statements while addressing media at Belana International Airport after returning from China. In fact, he said that we are not a country in the backyard of any particular country. He also went on to say that Indian Ocean is not the property of any particular country, and Maldives has a larger share in this ocean. He made China does not influence our own internal affairs at all. The president said he would end Maldives' dependence on India in various fields. In fact, he said that he would stop going to India for medicine and bringing medicine from India. So strong remarks coming from President Muizzu, perhaps at a time when we were expecting some sort of a de-escalation between the two countries. Especially, there were in fact some reports hinting at Muizzu visiting India in the month of January, perhaps in January end. Some experts were looking as a situation of de-escalation. But one thing is for sure, that these remarks which Mr. Muizzu has made, perhaps for the first time he has directly spoken, may not be, maybe without naming India, but for the directly making remarks reference to India. And for the second time, he has further escalated tensions between the two countries. Back to you.
Absolutely. And how India responds to this is something we'll have to keep an eye out on. For the moment, Siddhant, though, thank you so much for getting us the latest. On that note, it's time for a quick break here on this edition, but there's lots lined up for you on CNN News 18. Do stay tuned.